Hello everyone, Triple here. I'm back with the second week of the USDL. This week we're facing Primal. He's a very good player in the draft. I'll put his team up. He's got a scary squad. Like Braviary especially is really scary. He has Dracofish, and then he just has a whole lot of defensive ones that are really tough to deal with. He can, I think Braviary is gonna be the biggest of my problems. Togedemaru is a threat since it can probably take down Darmanitan. Let's see. He does have the Silvally, which can be any type. So all in all, it's very scary. I did think my team out of it, and he did say, like an hour before we played, he was like, alright, time to prep that. So I'm kind of hoping he isn't as prepared for it. He might still bring some really good tech. Plus Braviary is just so strong that it doesn't really need any prep. Anyway, into the team. I'm bringing Goodweb again because of his Jellicent, his Palploom, his Kruggeist, his Lantern, and his Vulpix. I don't expect the Vulpix, but it's kind of there to just deal with those. I'm bringing Bulldoze again because Bulldoze is busted and it just lowers everyone's speed. And since I have a Flying Mon and a Mon with left tape, I can abuse that really well. Power Whip for the Jellicent and the Lantern. It can also deal some damage to Dracofish and Pidoswine, so that's nice. And lastly, Draco Meteor. If Dracofish comes in versus me and I get a Bulldoze off, I believe I outspeed it, especially if I get a max RC off. I outspeed it and I get a Draco Meteor off, which kills it. Plus, since my other two moves are physical, I get to kill mons after that, because this attack drops don't really matter. I'm just max defense for that Dracofish. It also helps a lot for the Super Gas. Moonblast from Palploom can still hurt, but I have good spread. So I'm bringing Darmanitan, Galarian. This time the standard set, Gorilla Tactic, George Scarf, with U-turn, Rock Slide, Earthquake, Ice Cold Crash. I'm just kind of hoping to click buttons with this. Rock Slide and Earthquake obviously being very, very good. Rock Slide, Ice Cold Crash both having the option to flinch here. I can U-turn to pivot out into something else, which, if he targets Darmanitan, which might happen because it's a Darmanitan, I can U-turn out and have it attack into one of my other mons, so that can help out. There's not really much to this one. I have Como, physically defensive, bulletproof. Bulletproof is just why not? There's I can bring Overcoat, but he doesn't really have powder moves or hail or sandstorm status. Soundproof, he doesn't really have any noise moves. So yeah, it just doesn't really help either way. I'm Iron Defense Body Press here. Now, why am I Iron Defense Body Press? Is to deal with Dracofish. If I get one Iron Defense off, I'm pretty sure I lift any hit from Dracofish, and I can probably kill it with Body Press. Plus, it deals with Togedemaru, it deals with a Silvally that's not Fairy type. It deals with Kruggeist, it deals with Pangoro. It just deals with a lot. And being able to set up on that and then heal some damage with Left Toes Protect, and I can hit not the Jellicent, it hasn't a problem to this, but I can hit for instance, the Palploom and the Kruggeist with an Ice Punch, so that's really, really nice. I could actually, does this get Ghost coverage? Yeah, it gets Shadow Cloud. That's something to keep in mind for next time. But yeah, I have some coverage, but it's mostly just here to click Body Crash and things. And with the Iron Defense, that's gonna hurt a lot. Plus, this can eat hits, so that's really nice. the star Pokemon this week, Sigilyph. As you might recall, last week I said Mr. Mime wasn't like the pick I thought it would be, so I decided to switch it out in round 1 for Sigilyph, and that became active this week. And now I can use Sigilyph, which with the Sharp Beak I can get very strong Air Slash hits off with, plus I can flinch with that, which is nice. I have Heat Wave here, mostly for Togedemaru. Togedemaru is scary. Lantern kind of counters this, but like, what can you do? I'm bringing Call Knight. If the opportunity is like, for instance, if I come in for such Valplume and Pangoro, for instance, I can Call Knight up and then just deal with both. And lastly, I have Trick Room. This is a fast Trick Room one. I can sweep with it, but say I want to run Trick Room, I can decide to either hit, set Trick Room, and then sweep with my Trick Room mods. And yes, that makes Sigilyph less useful, but between Magic Guard, not damaging me with like non-attacks, and a decent HP stat and defense and special defense, I believe I can either hit and get that off, which would be very nice. Steelix is back. Steelix is currently in the lead for kills. I want to keep it that way. I'm bringing Sheer Force Life Orb again, the same set as last time, but this time Earthquake, Rock Slide, Breaking Swipe instead of Iron Head. Breaking Swipe deals with an incoming Draco Fish, plus it like really annoys the Braviary and the Togedemaru and the Gourgeist, because Gourgeist usually is visible. Plus with that defense, it can take hits from Pangoro, for instance, and Piloswine, so lowering that attack is really nice. Plus, if I Dynamax with this, it turns into a Max Dragon. I forgot the name for it, but that should do a lot of damage to Dragonfish. I have Vigavolt as my last really original set. This was actually recommended to me by one of the other players in the draft, which I talked to this about. He suggested Throat Spray. Since Bug Buzz is a attack that's counted as a sound-based attack, this will raise my special attack at that like base 145. That means I can get Nutshots off that will one-shot Togedemaru, and Chipo will one-shot Lantern and Jellicent. So with that boost, this is really scary for him to deal with. Plus the part electric type can help it versus Braviary. It can probably eat one hit and retaliate to the Thunderbolt, which that's just very nice. Overall, it's just like push buttons with Sigilyph and Darmanitan, and then if I want, I have Trick Room in the back. It's gonna be really interesting this week, I believe, because like this isn't as in depth as my last week team was, but there's a lot that can happen. Anyway, I think that's all I'm gonna say about this. I think I'm just gonna go to the battles now, and I hope you enjoyed them. Alright, bit of backstory here. I was actually recording. This is the first game. I was recording the first game, and I'm gonna commentate in post. That's why I have the replay here. But I was recording and my internet decided to quit on me, so I had to play on my phone for the rest of the matches. So now I can do a post commentary of what happened. I'm gonna go into my thoughts, and also I've talked to him afterwards and he shared some of his sets with me, and he brought some really cool stuff, so I'm just gonna talk about that. This is the first match. It started off pretty standard. I decided to lead with Darmanitan and Buddha, and this is my most like standard lead, because Darmanitan can click buttons, and then Buddha is very much support and can click Draco and Dracovish, power whip on Jellicent, stuff like that. So that was just my basic idea. I bulldoze here while he fakes out my Darmanitan, and he wished me. At this point, like, he wished my Darmanitan, which sure. But Darmanitan has the Gorilla Tactics, which means my attack was still very high. So I decided, like, this isn't that big of a deal. I can still click Icicle Crash. And I miss. This would have killed the Gurgeist easily. Anyway, he nuzzles my Kuda as a Power Whip. I figured Power Whip would kill, but it didn't. So that's a mistake on my part. As he Phantom Forces here. And that makes my Icicle Crash miss. Power Whip kills the Togedemaru, and he kills my Darmanitan. He goes Braviary. Braviary is scary. So I decide to Dynamax. At this point, like, this guy probably, I'm thinking Braviary probably wants to Dynamax. So I decide to Dynamax as well. And I max Airstream it. And I'm actually a few points faster than a Braviary, which means I get the hit off, I get a Draco Meteor off on it, and my other two attacks are physical, so I don't really care about that. As he imprisons. Now this imprison, I gotta talk about it real quick. He brought Imprison Trick Room. He was very scared of me bringing my own Trick Room, which in fairness I did. I did bring Trick Room. But that's just really cool that he's imprisoning my usage of Trick Room, because like it's negative priority, so he gets the imprison off, and then I can't Dynamax, which I can't Trick Room, which is very cool. Anyway, I max Airstream. He max guards this turn, which that's a very nice play. I bulldoze the Gurgeist, which lowers its speed, doesn't do much damage. He Phantom Forces. He's gone now. I decide to get my last turn of Dynamax to take out Braviary, plus I set up the Sun, because I figured he had Draco Fish in the back, and then Fisher's Rent gets weakened. So it does show that I have Heat Wave, but it's just nice to have. Because I'm Dynamax, it only does 45% about, and he does indeed have Draco Fish. I Air Slash, hoping for flames, of course. He doesn't, he just outrages my Kudra, and at this point it's 2v2. I go Vigavolt, I Air Slash the Dracofish and Thunderbolt it to just instantly get a gun. And this is the point where I knew I would win. He Phantom Forced my Vigavolt, and it did about 33%. So I was like, I can live at least 2 more of these. It all depends on how much damage I do to him, and I did have Bug Buzz. With the Throat Spray, like I said, yeah, this is the point where my internet crashed and I switched to phone. But I did Bug Buzz with the Throat Spray, and it did 64% without the Throat Spray. So at this point I knew I would win this one. I do miss because of Phantom Force, which that's unfortunate. But I do get the kill here. And that's like, this was a really strong start for me. I was like, at this point, I have to start with Trick Room. Last time he brought like these two, and he went offensively like very fast. So if I start Trick Room, I can immediately sweep. So I brought out Sigilyph and Steelix, who these two are just like very good. And I decided I want to set up Trick Room. This battle we didn't set a replay, so we had to replay this, so there's no like interactions further. I decided to Trick Room and Dynamax my Steelix to immediately max Rockfall the Braviary. But he makes a very good play. He helping hands here onto his Braviary and one-shots my Sigilyph. That's just really good. I get the max Rockfall off. It doesn't kill obviously, but it's still like, that's a really good play. I go Vikavolt here, trying to mudshot the Togedemaru, hoping he like close combats into my Steelix. But he doesn't. He just immediately takes down Vikavolt as well. I do get to take out the Braviary now, which that's a huge threat gone. But now I'm stuck with like my Darmanitan and my Steelix. I decide to double in on the Dracovish, knowing Togedemaru doesn't really hurt Steelix. As he nuzzles Darmanitan, I double in on a very nice double from his point into Pangoro. We do kill it. Actually, that's really cool. Steelix got that kill, so that's 2 more kills for Steelix. As he helping hands here, and kills my Steelix with Vicious Rend, that's unfortunate. I do outspeed it at this point, but Togedemaru comes in and destroys me. So that was like really good from his point. That especially that double into Pangoro with Nuzzle was really good. Actually, could I have just? No, he outspeeds me. Wait, he outspeeds me? How does Togedemaru outspeed me when I'm scarfed? Oh wait, he had speed boost. Never mind, I'm done. But yeah, that was just really good from his side. And then it came down to game 3. At this point I was thinking like, he's probably gonna lead the same. He knows he can't let me get Trick Room up. Because if he does, that's just GG for him. And I decided to lead with the same as well. But I switched it up because where last time I Dynamaxed Steelix and tried to get up Trick Room, this time I actually Dynamaxed Sigilyph to live the attack. He makes a really good play and max cards here, and Nuzzles, but Earthquake here almost gets rid of Togedemaru. He only lives because of Sash. So that's for me is a really good. He does helping hand into my Sigilyph now, but I get a max airstream off here into the Braviary, and then I get a Rock Slide off into both, which that gets rid of the Togedemaru, does a lot of damage to the Braviary, and that leaves me in a really good position because at this point, like, yes, Sigilyph is paralyzed and slowed, but Dracovish has to attack Steelix, which I thought Steelix could take that. However, I max guard here to let the last turn of his Dynamax go away, and as he kills me with Vicious Rend, I can go Gudra here. He locked himself into Vicious Rend, which isn't very effective versus me, and I protect with Gudra. I kind of like, this was kind of like a reset point for me. I really wanted him to kill my Sigilyph so I could get in my last Pokemon, which I believe was Vikavolt. But he doesn't. He actually doubles in on Gudra, and that gives me the kill on Braviary. Pangoro comes in, which I'm still with +1 speed and paralyzed. I'm faster than it, and I get to Oko it. My Sharp Beak probably helped a lot with that, and I get the Draco Meteor off into the Dracovish. Like, look at this, Vicious Rend did so much damage. Oh my god. But yeah, because he locked himself into Vicious Rend and that couldn't kill me, and then he doubled in on the Gudra, which, fair enough, that was a solid play because Gudra was a big threat, but it allowed Sigilyph to get extra kills, and that's just kind of the decider here. He brought like really he said to me he brought Jellicent with Iron Ball, so it would outslow things in Trick Room, and then it could spam Water Spout, and that kind of stuff is just like, that's really cool stuff. And the Imprison, and like the Togedemaru with Nuzzle helping hand. His squad is just really well thought out. I'm definitely happy I won that, and that pivoting protect for me here, where was it? Here to try and get in another mon. That was just like, that was a nice play for me, but it worked out better than I expected. But yeah, GG to Primal, and that was just really fun. And that does mean we're up like 2 matches. We didn't lose any rounds yet. It will happen in the future. I have no doubt about it. We will lose at some point, but I'm gonna try my best to like bring fun stuff and switch it up every time a bit. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.